Hi ladies, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to introduce a new series where I want to talk about reasons you don't want to be the girl who cried colorism. In this video, I want to talk about how it makes people think that you are classless. So I do believe that colorism does exist and it does happen, but I also believe that people misuse that accusation. Sometimes we don't get things for a million reasons that have nothing to do with our skin tone. When you make your skin tone the explanation for why you didn't get an opportunity for work or love, it makes other people look at you like you're just kind of simple. Like you haven't been around very many types of people, like you have a very narrow worldview, like you have an inferiority complex. You're unable to take accountability and like you're very desperate for approval. It's like in a TV show when a character is zoned out and they're trying to work through something in their head, they're lost in their thoughts, and another character says something that like helps them find the answer they were looking for, and the person's like, oh, whoa, thanks, you're a lifesaver, and the other person is just like, what did I do? So like when you believe your color is the thing keeping you at the bottom of society for whatever reason, you're going to look at every situation through that lens. You're going to take any rejection as confirmation of your bias that your skin tone holds you back. And then people around you are just kind of looking at you like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't have an issue with dark skin. I don't have an issue with 4C hair. I don't have an issue with black features. I just think that you have a weird vibe that doesn't fit our company culture. Or my friend group just makes a bunch of jokes that I don't think you would find funny. So, I don't want to go on a date with you. Or I don't want to introduce you to my friends. Or, I dated someone who looks just like you and it'd be super awkward to date you too. Or you're overqualified for this position. Or we prioritize giving our roles to newer workers. Or we prioritize hiring veterans or legal immigrants. And it also makes people think like, whoa, if all I had to do is not date you or not give you a job, and then you want to call me colorist without knowing anything about my vetting criteria or my company's hiring practices, then I know I made the right choice because you would have been exhausting to be around. I wouldn't be able to bring you anywhere. And isn't that what people say when they have a ghetto friend, right? Like, ooh, I can't take you nowhere. And that's the truth because it's embarrassing. I personally I don't like being around a girl. Like that is so awkward being around someone. And it's not even just for colorism, but like when you ever have somebody trying to explain a situation to them about like how they feel like somebody wronged them or whatever, and from where you're sitting, it's just not adding up. It's like, let's say it was actually their fault, but their perception of it is that it was someone else's fault. Like maybe they were just like not qualified for a job, or they were late to the interview, they looked sloppy, they had a resting bitch face, their last manager sabotaged them or something like that. And it's all these other pieces at play, but they want to claim that they didn't get something because of colorism. Or to me, it's always been weird that specifically for dating, well, even for working too, I'm like, okay, so this person is saying that they don't want people like you in their love life, in between their sheets, on their arm, in their section, listening to their music, or working at their establishment. Why do you want to force your way in there? Like, do you want a pity date? Do you want a pity position? Do you want to force your way through where you're not wanted and then be uncomfortable and mistreated the entire time. Like I don't like being around a girl, like specific like a friend or even a guy who always thinks that they aren't getting anywhere because of colorism or because of racism. Like, I just, in my life, I don't have these limiting beliefs that my color, my race is the sole reason for everything that's not worked out in my life. Like, I truly believe, like, yeah, I wasn't born into like the most perfect situation. I also don't believe that I'm just innocent in everything and that I have no power and that no matter what, I'm just going to be a statistic and be destitute. But some other people feel like that. And so they don't have any motivation to change anything. They don't reflect on their own self because it could never be them. It's always got to be the man. It's always got to be the white man. It's always got to be colorism. It's always got to be racism. That is the reason. It's always some ism's fault. It's never them. It's never somebody else being an asshole. It's always an ism. Like, I don't want to have to say, maybe he just doesn't like if a guy doesn't want to date a girl and she's like, "Oh, yeah, he's colorist, blah blah blah." I don't like to hang out with people who think like that or who even talk like that because if I'm behind the scenes and I can actually see the situation, I don't want to have to say, "You know, it could be colorism, or maybe he just doesn't date fat girls, like maybe that's just like, maybe you're just like not his body type." Or, you know, when you complain about a guy not liking you because, like, oh, just because you're dark skinned, when me, like, if I know that the guy likes dark skins, but like he likes slim, thick dark skins. He likes Republican dark skins. He likes size 4 dark skins. He likes dark skin exoticals. You just so happen to be a dark skin that he doesn't like, and your dark skinnedness has nothing to do with him not liking you. And the fact that you think that it is actually kind of strange. It's kind of weird. But that's all for this episode. What do you think, ladies? Have you ever seen someone cry colorism when you think something else was at the root of a situation? Do you ever feel like people overuse accusations of colorism? And if so, do you think that that might dilute and like distract away from us being able to actually talk about what real colorism is? Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, ladies, eyes on the prize.